So, sorry I've been away for a bit. The ascension has been real. Um, Lots and lots of information and whatnot coming in, and growth and patterns. And here we are in the backyard again. And I'm sitting out here getting in some light and taking in some light language and all of the good stuff. And I noticed inside the tree, you can see the light. You can still see the sun in the shadows, right? And so I'm sitting here and I'm talking to Spirit and I'm figuring a couple things out, and I'm like shouting across the yard. It's so silly and stupid, but then, what are you gonna do? And I start to receive this download that, no matter where you are, no matter how rocky it is, there's new growth, right? You can have new growth at the bottom of the tree. And if you keep looking up, where are we here? There's new growth there at the middle of the tree. And then I observed all the way up there, there's like new growth up there, right? Like these little tiny, like, where are they? There's that one. It's hiding. But you see it, those little greens, those little ones, like right, there's it right there. And the ones above it, wait, where are they? They're so stinking cute and I can't quite get them. There they are. You see, they're so little peeking out of there, right? All of these little growths. And it doesn't matter how high up the tree you are, because this tree is like, I'm 53. This tree is like massively older than I am. So, sorry, Woo, but all respect. I respect your age, So, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter where we are. We can have growth, whether we're having growth at the bottom here because we're younger, or we're having it mid because we're mid whatever, or we're having it higher because we're in our 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, wherever. There is growth wherever, and wherever you find growth, you will see light, because where you need to grow is darkness that has light coming in, they're telling me. And when that light comes in, it doesn't matter where it is, it's going to create growth. Because if we look in those trees in little areas, there is growth all within there from where the light is, which makes this tree bigger and bigger and bigger every single year. Oh wow, that's a face. That looks like a face in my tree. Wow. Oh wow. I just feel a lot of emotion right now. Like I just got like a point across to someone. I don't know what that is. Or I got their point across, I guess. Wow, my arm is like, oh God, my left arm is like completely exhausted now. But, so yeah, no matter where you are in life, no matter what stage you are, there is always growth. There is always going to be light in the dark. And it's that growth that brings that light forward. It's that growth that helps us see. It's that growth that will take these little seeds here on this tree, right? Those little seeds. And it'll plunk them right down there into the soil. And it'll make new trees. It'll make... And barking dogs. Douglas. That's what it does. And it doesn't matter what gets there. It doesn't matter what might be in your way. Growth will happen. It doesn't matter if a dog starts barking. It doesn't matter if people are, doing what they're supposed to do within their day, My neighbor is closing up shop. He's doing what he's supposed to do in his day. And I'm out here on the back porch with the dogs doing what I'm supposed to do clairvoyantly. We all go about our day. We all go about our time. And within that time and within that space, we all have to learn to grow, Because growth, move that before he breaks it. That. You hear that? You hear that? That's growth. It's growth. You hear that charging up? That's how much you're growing. That's how much growth. Look at that. And you got your dogs barking. See? Wow. I don't know who needed to hear this. Oh my God, we got birds flying in. Ooh, that's an energy. There's a really calm, peaceful energy here right now. Hey, 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 hey. He owns the place. That's his place. It's his place. He's allowed to do that. What are you doing? See? I'll wrap this up in a minute. But you see, that's your growth. And I don't know who needed to hear this, and I don't know who needed to hear that vroom, 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 which is very wonderful, isn't it, though, if you like that sound? I think it's amazing, and out here, it feels like Spirit's like someone's getting charged up. You're getting charged up for your growth. You're ascending. And I'm not the only person that's saying it. I'm also feeling it. And it's a slog. I don't want him to get back down there because he's just going to. No, you're not doing that because you're just going to get back down there and bark. So now that you've listened to my dog bark for that long, this guy. Oh, and we got a bird. We got a couple of birds. Yeah, Spirit's real strong out here. Everything is real strong out here right now. And they're like, yeah, there's growth. There's growth everywhere. I mean, one of the things that Spirit said, they were like, the seed falls from the tree and it grows there, and the tree can watch where the seed grows. But the dandelion, right? The dandelion, it grows, it puffs out, and then it has to have faith that its seeds have learned enough and that it has guided it enough that when its seeds sprout out, it can do what it's supposed to do. It knows, what is the word I'm looking for? Okay, you are 100% not going down there right now. So you can back your butt right up before everything falls off the porch, because this was not an expected thing I was planning to do. Not that I mind. I just didn't want him to go over to the fence and barkity bark, 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 because now he's going to bark at the cars. Because it's just zooming up. Everything is zooming up. I don't know if I did a full reading on the highways of life, but if I did, I will attach that to that, because this will, those cars are telling me that someone out there is giving not only massive rapid ascension, but you're going on a different path in life of the highway now. You're completely and totally going on a different venture in life, because like what I always say is, you're on one highway, you get off the off ramp, you go in the city, you learn a lesson, you learn how to get on the off ramp, you get nauseous around, you get back on the highway. Eventually, though, you have to get off of that highway to go on to another highway, and that is what's going on for someone. That's what this growth is about, growth in ascension, growth in what you're doing. It doesn't matter what you are. And like my neighbor, he's just doing his job. That's where his business is. And ascension is something that happens as you're just going around with everyday life. You can be sitting here in the backyard with your dog, with your cat deciding to hang off the window. Don't judge. Nobody's backyard is perfect. He's there again. Or did you just get down? You might have just gotten down. Anyway, yes. Life happens, and sometimes there's an air conditioner on your porch, and that's an okay thing. I mean, come on. Is anybody perfect? Is your house perfect as you're sitting there? Judge lest ye be judged, my friend. So, Spirit's like, yeah, judge lest ye be judged. I do love that line. But, ascension is something that happens as you're going about life. You're going to work, you're doing your thing, you're working late, you're trying to get your dog from stopping to bark, because he's deaf, and it's not so easy when they're deaf, and that's what it is. Growth happens during normal life, and we have moments where we can watch our children and humans grow around us, and then we have other times where we have to, like the dandelion, have faith that we have guided them long enough that when they're not around us or not in as great contact with us, that they know the difference between right and wrong. They know how to see the truth. You know what I'm saying? Because that's all growth is realizing and seeing the truth and saying, you know what, I like that truth and I'm gonna go by that because, oh yeah, there's my tree, Sia and Woo. Yeah, you know, I'm gonna have growth and oh, she's sprouting her pine seeds too, her pine nuts too, and you know that's what growth is. Growth is growth, you know, and the more you see the truth, the longer your roots get in the ground. I mean, let's face it, Woo's roots are really, really long in the ground, and Sia's even longer. So, and no, I did not name my trees. These are the names that they told me. So now that he is barking like there's no tomorrow, I think I'm going to cut this here because I think we all got the point. This is what growth is. I mean, growth is going to squabble. You're going to have squabbles in growth, especially if you're, you know, growing in a relationship, because squabbles in a relationship are normal and they're part of the growth tree too, you know? You know what I'm saying? So your marriage is the growth tree and the seeds are the kids, and someday you got to let them dandelion and poof out and hope that you guided them enough along the way, you know? So I'm not sure who needed to hear that, but I think we've got to go inside because otherwise a certain someone is going to decide they need to go and bark at cars again. Anyway, I love you all, and be good, behave, be happy, and remember to always be yourself.